Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Albert Salaya.
okay. Not who I was expecting, so let me. Mr. Thalia, in a complaint charging you with domestic violence aggravated harassment, domestic violence criminal damage, as well as misdemeanor driving on a suspended license and failing to stop after an accident. Will appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges, and did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions? State's requesting a no bond hold because you're on release on these matters.
And Judge, actually, Mr. Salaya's attorney reached out to me, Miss Arnold, from the Public Defender's Office. She gave me the procedural posture of the last case he signed a plea on. It's a Class 6 undesignated offense. So I know there's some different opinions about when jeopardy exactly attaches. So because it's a 6 open, it's treated as a misdemeanor for all purposes. So there is a question as to whether it qualifies for a no bond hold. But just with that record made, if the court's inclined to set a no bond hearing, we will reserve those arguments for the no bond hearing. But if not, we would just request a bond. Thank you.
Anything further from the state on that?
Your Honor, if it's an offense that he could be sentenced to prison for, then it would be qualifying as a felony offense pursuant to Arizona law, whether employers treat it as a misdemeanor offense after sentencing. So if he can be sentenced on it to 1 or more years in prison, it's at least, for criminal proceedings purposes, it's a felony offense.
Additionally, I would note that he hasn't been sentenced.
That's right.
So he's still on release on the matter. No bond hearing is May the 11th at 1:30. Preliminary hearing is May 15th at 1:30. No alcohol, illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no firearms or weapons. No driving without a valid license. Absolutely no contact with the alleged victim. You're not to go within 3 blocks of her residence or workplace. And I suggest you not discuss this matter with anyone except your attorney. Thank you, Mr. Salaya.
And Judge, I guess the standard 10-day preliminary hearing date, I'm guessing, and
The 15th. Yeah, that's what I said.
15th. Oh, okay, that's right. I may have missed it.
Mr. Celaya, do you have an attorney in your Marana case?
No, no, sir, no, Your Honor.
Yeah, it's a trial on the 21st.
Yeah, I was finished.
And Judge, he's still done, right? You're not changing anything on the Miranda jury trial? That's,
No,
I'm sorry,
I
the
can't.
non-jury.
It would be a bench trial, but no, I can't change anything. I just would send an email to let Judge Shelton know, but that's all.
Oh, thank you. I think you're good to go, sir.
Thank you.
Just if he had an attorney, I would notify the attorney as well. That's all.
Got it. I was wondering. I thought he was getting a free one.
No, it doesn't take much to notify people and they have the information they need. It's helpful.
Yes, certainly. I know Your Honor always gives the update, so.
Try to.
So, Your Honor, my understanding is Mr. Garcia, who is the first one on the housed misdemeanors, they're working on still getting him down.
Okay.
So that's the update. And as to Mr. Smith, who was continued from this morning, this is a second refusal. I have no objection to the court continuing it one more time, especially given his status. And we have one more that is not going tonight, Judge, but I'll wait for you.
Okay.
Bowser.
And Judge Jessica Begay is unavailable for court due to involuntary reasons. So I guess we have to. And what's going on with Chuck Flores?
We're still waiting on.
Waiting. Oh. And Judge Mr. Flores, I believe, is also on his way with Mr. Garcia, so they're taking a bit. So with the court's permission, if we could move on to Mr. Anthony Bowser, the first one on the misdemeanors.
Okay. Flores is where?
Is he? Okay. I'll ask. Will he take a while?
5 minutes is much.
5 minutes? Okay, yeah. Start with misdemeanors. Okay. Judge, I believe the court will now handle misdemeanors, so if I may be excused for just a bit.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Doesn't look like it's ready. Just wondering if I could be excused.
You may, as long as we can get in touch with you if that changes, because you know how that happens.
Oh, yeah, and I will have my phone on.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Judge State, and you, sir, are.
Anthony Bowser.
Mr. Bowser, I have a couple of things here for you. Mr. Bowser, I've got a couple things here for you. First, of all, I've got a warrant out of Pima County Justice Court for driving on a suspended license and failures to appear. Understand when you have a court date, you need to appear in court. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right? Your next court date on this matter is going to be June the 2nd at 9 a.m. in the Pima County Justice Court. You are not to drive with no valid license. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
I also have new charges out of Tucson City Court. These are charges from, looks like May the 3rd. Charging you with domestic violence, electronic domestic violence, criminal damage, and domestic violence assault. Your next court date on these is going to be June the 2nd at 1:30 in the afternoon at the Tucson City Court. Do you understand that you need to at that time?
Yes, Your Honor.
Conditions of release, you don't drive without a valid license. Commit no acts of domestic violence. You have no contact with Mr. Jimenez. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You don't go within 3 blocks of his residence, workplace, or school. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
You need to comply with behavioral health assessment and any recommended treatment. Do you understand that?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Bowser.
Go down the stairs, out the door, all right, so the mouse.
Pierce,
Here's, let's go. It's not me. Who's it?
Good evening, I'm Judge Shea, and you, sir, are,
Good evening, whatever it is.
your name, sir?
James Pierce.
Mr. Pierce, citation here charging you with domestic violence violation of a court order alleged to have occurred earlier today. We'll appoint William Harvin to represent you on these charges. Set a court date of 1 o'clock tomorrow. Bond is $1,000.
There any chance you could lower my phone a little bit? John,
You can talk to the judge about that tomorrow and your attorney tomorrow.
okay, thank you very,
No alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no contact with your mother. You don't go to within 3 blocks of her residence or workplace. Do you understand that?
additional please stay now.
You need to comply with substance abuse assessment and treatment. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, I'm Ted Shade, and you, sir, are
Ben Wise.
Mr. Y. Citation here charging you with domestic violence assault alleged to have occurred earlier this afternoon or late this morning.
This afternoon, Your Honor.
Your next court date on this matter is going to be June the 2nd at 9 a.m. in the Pima County Justice Court. You understand you need to be present at that time.
Yes, Your Honor.
Conditions of release include no alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence, no contact with your father, Craig. Do you understand that?
Yes, I have nowhere to go, Your Honor, so I guess I'll be on the streets.
Well, you don't go back to his residence or workplace except with law enforcement to get your personal belongings. Depending on what time you get out, the transition center might help you with temporary housing. You also need to comply with behavioral health and substance abuse assessment and treatment. Thank you, Mr. Wax.
All right, lady, doors downstairs to the mills.
Good evening, I'm Judge Tate, and you sir are
Right.
and your last name, Brian?
Oh,
Mr. Cobb, I've got current citations charging you with criminal trespass and indecent exposure. Alleged occurred early this morning. I also have charges that go back to May 21st of last year for disorderly conduct, assault, criminal trespass, disorderly conduct. And it looks like you've failed to appear.
you. Yeah.
On those charges.
That's what you.
Then I have charges for criminal trespass and disorderly conduct on March 22nd of last year. Additional charges for criminal damage on October 12th of last year.
You. I should guess. Oh, I should have.
I'm gonna appoint the public defender's office city public defender's office to represent you on these charges. You're gonna be released on these because you've got the felony hold. Your next court is June the 12th at 9 AM. If you're still in custody, your attorney will deal with the need to appear. You're not to go back to 15 South Harrison, 30 South Houghton, 95 East Broadway. You understand that?
Yeah. Yes.
No alcohol or illegal drugs or contact with any of the victims in these matters.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Fox.
Okay.
Good evening. I'm Judge Shade and you, sir, are
Stacy Kelly.
Mr. Kelly. Citation here charging you with domestic violence, criminal damage. Alleged to have occurred like earlier today. I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you on these charges.
Yes, ma'am.
Bond will be $500. You're not having any contact with Miss Kelly. You don't have to go near her residence except with law enforcement to get your personal belongings. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Your next court date will be May the 13th at 1:30. Adult probation is placed a hold on you, so they'll be seeing you on that in Superior Court later this week or so. All right, thank you, Mr. Kelly.
Thank you.
Drop the door down.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Yeah, Jacob Martin.
Mr. Martin. Current citation charging you with shoplifting, possession of paraphernalia. Also charges for shoplifting and possession of paraphernalia on the 1st of May. Will appoint city public defender's office to represent you on these charges. Holds on a $500 bond.
So.
If you post the bond, your court date will be June the 3rd at 9 o'clock. If you haven't posted it, you'll be seen on video on May the 15th, unless your attorney asks it to be moved. At about 1:45, you do have a Department of Corrections hold, so posting the bond isn't going to get you out of custody at this point. You're not to go back to 6337 East Broadway or 9615 East Old Spanish Trail. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Out the door.
Good evening. I'm Judge Shade, and you are.
Destiny Morgan.
Ms. Morgan, citations here from February 26th. Possession of paraphernalia, criminal trespass, failing to appear in court. You do have a probation violation hold out of Cochise County. I'm going to release you on these charges and appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. Your next court date is June the 12th at 9 a.m. Be sure you stay in touch with the city public defender's office if you're still in custody so they can address the matter. Their phone number's on your paperwork. If you're out of custody, you need to appear. You're not to go back to 316 West Fort Lowell. And also no alcohol or illegal drugs. Right? Thank you, Ms. Morgan.
Go ahead, go out the door, sit down, the females, all right?
Seat on my ability.
What's up?
Am I gonna be seat on my ability?
No, that's your Cochise County matter, no. And we should.
Go back out the females. Oh, where?
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you are
Alicia Torrio.
Ms. Dorio, citation charging you with domestic violence, criminal damage, and domestic violence disorderly conduct. Your next court date is going to be June the 2nd at 1:30 in the afternoon, Tucson City Court. You're not to commit any acts of domestic violence. You're not to have any contact with Maximo. You're not to go back to his residence except once with law enforcement to get your personal belongings. You also need to comply with the behavioral health assessment and begin any recommended treatment. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right? Thank you, Ms. Torrio.
All right,
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are jail, you're muted.
Leon Edward.
All right, we need the public defender back in.
one moment here. Don't shoot this. Thanks. Sure.
And Mr. Did council wish to waive reading on this matter?
Yes, please, Judge. Thank you.
One appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. Did either council wish to be heard further on conditions?
No, Your No, Judge, really sounds great if the court's inclined to do that.
Date's May 26th at 1:30. You'll be released to the third-party custody of pretrial services. No alcohol or illegal drugs. You'll comply with monitoring and treatment as directed by pretrial services, including substance abuse and behavioral health assessments and treatment by Thursday, you'll report to Pima County Sheriff's Department Identification Unit and comply. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am. What do you mean by Thursday?
Well, today's Tuesday. So you've
Okay.
got Wednesday and Thursday during normal
Oh, yeah.
hours to get there.
Yes.
All right, we also have, and you're also not to go back to Reed Park. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
We also have charges for possession of paraphernalia and remaining in the city park after hours.
I was not in the park.
Well, your next court date on these is going to be June the 4th at 1:30 in the afternoon.
So there's two.
There's two courts.
Court. And your attorney only represents you on the other one. So if your attorney says you don't need to come to court, you still need to be in Tucson City Court on June the 4th at 1:30. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am. I'll be there for both.
You don't go back to Reed Park, no alcohol and legal drugs, and you comply with behavioral health and substance abuse assessments and treatment. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. If you insist. I've said it so many times today. You know, it is what it is. You get it done. She's good. Yeah, when I confirmed that it was her, I sent an email. It was just a smiley face. You know, and she gets, we do that sort of thing back and forth all the time. Oh no, I'm happy when it's her. She's happy when it's me. So just fine. Good evening. I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are.
Joel Morgan. Joel Tyler.
And did counsel wish to waive reading on this matter?
Yes, please, Judge. Thank you.
We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. County attorney's request is released to pretrial services. Did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
No, Your Honor.
No, Judge, we are requesting the same.
All right, preliminary hearing date is going to be May 26th at 1:30. You'll be released to the third party custody of pretrial services. You participate in monitoring and treatment under their supervision, including if they determine it's appropriate substance abuse and behavioral health assessments and treatment.
Yep.
You need to report to Pima County Sheriff's Department either tomorrow or Thursday
Right.
to complete the registration. And again, your court date is May 26th at 1:30. Thank you. Good evening. I'm Judge Shade and you are.
What's your name, ma'am?
Virginia Marcella Rinaldi.
Ms. Grimaldi, I have a citation here charging you with domestic violence disorderly conduct alleged to have occurred earlier today. Allegation is that there are two separate residences on the property and you went to the other residence.
Correct.
Well, you don't want to admit anything, but all right. Your next court date in this matter is going to be June the 2nd at 9 o'clock in the morning in the Pima County Justice Court. Do you understand you need to be present at that time?
Yes.
You're not to have contact with Richard Grimaldi except through legal counsel or court proceedings. Do you understand that?
Yes.
You're not to go to his residence. Do you understand that?
No.
You don't understand that? You don't go to his house.
I understand that in a text that he sent me,
You
I
don't
am in the
talk about
main
that.
house.
Right.
But there's an address and the address is 4301 West.
Right. I understand that there are.
Oasis. So I'm not allowed to go to the casita, which is basically his doghouse that I put him in for him giving me chlamydia.
right? You don't go to his residence on the shared property. Do you understand that?
Correct.
You also need to comply with behavioral health assessment and a recommended treatment. Do you understand that?
Correct.
Right? Thank you.
Yes,
Mr. Rinaldi.
yes. Thank you.
I could be wrong, but you know me.
Maybe my.
Good evening. I'm
Bradley Bork.
Council, do we have a courtroom full or just one at a
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. We do have everyone in the courtroom, Judge.
All right, since we've got everybody, just about everybody in the courtroom, I'm going to go through a few things with you. This is the time set for initial appearances on felony matters, possibly arraignments or just initial appearances on misdemeanor matters. The time for you to be formally advised of charges against you for me to set release in your next court date. It is not time to talk about facts of cases, and I would strongly suggest that you not discuss these matters with anyone except your attorney, and then only when no other person is present. Standard conditions of release include that you violate no laws, that you appear at all court dates, that you remain within the state of Arizona unless you receive permission of the court to leave the state. There may be other conditions based on your history, your circumstances, and the events that occurred. Mr. Bork, I have two interim complaints here for you. One is from June the 18th of last year, charging you with burglary in the second degree. Alleged to have occurred at 12068 North Ambrose. The other one is current charges charging you with aggravated assault. Will appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. And does either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions? State is requesting $5,000 bond in the burglary and a $10,000 bond in the assault.
Your Honor, the state would just highlight he's on probation for a violent offense. One predates that probation, and then obviously the new charges post-date that.
And Judge, I think the serious charges, what the state's talking about, that predates. So we are actually asking for release to pretrial services supervision. There seems to be no probation hold yet on Mr. Bork. And Judge, Mr. Bork is not able to afford a bond at this time. Additionally, I don't see any failures to appear or probation revocations in his history. So we're requesting release.
Preliminary hearing date is going to be May 15th at 1:30 on the burglary. Bond is $2,500. Pretrial services supervision if bond is posted, no contact to those victims, not to return within 3 blocks of the incident location. At 12068 North Ambrose. Comply with substance abuse and behavioral health assessments and treatment to the extent available in custody or under the direction of pretrial services if you are out of custody. On the new charges, again, you have no contact with the alleged victims in the matter as well. And bond on that will be $5,000.
Just take.
Thank you, Mr. Bork.
I brought the word, man.
This is yours, sir. Good luck to you.
Manero. No boy. The boy. Oh, so.
Yeah, I knew
We
that.
got it.
Because I used to think Viking. I mean, it's been years and years and years, and the name was just sure enough. Good evening, I'm Judge Shea, and you are Mr. Morello. Got start with an interplay in front of injury. Occurred on the 3rd of May. Will appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. State is suggesting a $25,000 bond.
I didn't do nothing. I didn't.
We don't want to talk about. Okay. Did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
Your Honor, a higher bond's warranted given his criminal history and the extremely violent nature of this essentially attack of the victim during the course of a shoplift and the very serious injuries that the victim sustained as a result of his actions.
And thank you, Judge. In light of Mr. Morero Laboy's ability to post bond, if the court's not inclined to do pretrial services, we are asking for a much lower bond than the requested 25,000. I understand the court will be seeing him on other misdemeanor warrants, and he's maxed out on the scales. But the request is being made just based on Mr. Morero Laboy's ability to pay at this time. Thank you.
Preliminary date's May 15th at 1:30. Bond is $15,000, cash or secured. The bond is posted. You'll be in the supervision of pretrial services, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons. You're not to go back to the incident location or any Circle K store or have contact with the alleged victim. Then yes, we have misdemeanor warrant providing false information to law enforcement on March the 30th of this year, failing to appear in court on April the 13th. I will release you on these charges with the court date of June the 2nd, noting that you do have a felony hold. And again, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons. Thank you, Mr. Morero Laboy. Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Brian McGovern.
Mr. McGovern. Enter a complaint charging you with possession of narcotic drugs and possession of paraphernalia. Will appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. It appears that you may be eligible for screening for a diversionary program called STEPS. So where you'd participate in a series of treatment that's designed for you, successfully complete the treatment, charges are dismissed without any formal charges. Did you wish to consider that matter?
Yes.
Time waived for preliminary hearing?
Yes, Judge, I think that brings us to June 19th.
That's correct. All right, you're gonna be released to the third-party custody of pretrial services. Your next court hearing is gonna be May the 12th at 9 a.m. Pima County Superior Court. You understand you need to appear at that time.
Yes, Judge. Or yes, Your Honor.
Right now, preliminary hearing is set for June the 19th at 1:30. No alcohol or illegal drugs. Comply with monitoring and treatment under pretrial services, including substance abuse assessment, treatment, and comply with steps. All right, thank you. Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Zachary McIntyre.
Master McIntyre. You're going to complaint charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. State is requesting a $10,000 bond. Did either person wish to be heard? Did either counsel wish to be heard further on condition?
Additional from the state, Your Honor. Thank
And Judge, we are really hoping for Mr. McIntyre's release to pretrial services supervision. I understand the incident date is from about a week ago. I know pretrial services was able to contact his father, who indicated he can only provide limited support, but I'm happy to share the transition center's information with Mr. McIntyre. Judge, I'm sure the court noted absolutely no felonies, or I don't see any other criminal history. 2 on 6 on the scale, 3 on 6, 2 on 6 NCA, 3 on 6 FTA. And just lastly, there was surveillance, and there's 2 different inferences that are possible. We understand the victim has made allegations a certain way, and then the surveillance shows probably some information where 2 different inferences can be drawn. So given the totality of everything, Judge, absolutely, we have no problem with a no contact order at this time, but we're really hoping for release to pretrial services supervision. Mr. McIntyre recently got a new apartment he is trying to move into.
And my dog is also alone in the apartment, in the hotel room right now. I have to take care of him.
So, Judge, essentially the request is to allow for one-time permission to return to the incident location with law enforcement.
Anything further from the state?
Nothing further to add, Your Honor. It was given the nature of the offense, Your Honor.
Did we have a victim? Oh, okay. So that's come and gone. Okay. Okay. All right. Your preliminary hearing date is going to be May 26th at 1:30. You'll be released to the third-party custody pretrial services. You do not leave the state of Arizona. Do you understand that? No alcohol, illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons. You need to surrender any other firearms. There's not too many firearms in your residence or any vehicles you're in. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
You have no contact with the alleged victim. You don't go to the victim's residence or workplace. You can go back once with law enforcement escort, get your person.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I do have just one question, I guess, about the firearm that they did take from me. Oh, okay.
It's the one, any other
I
firearm.
know, I know. I'm saying like, I don't have any other firearms. It's the only one that I do have. So I just want to make sure I'm gonna be able to get it back soon. Cause that is my,
You are not going to be able to get it back. You are not to possess any firearms.
no, I understand.
Just
I understand. I understand.
All right, thank you, Mr. McIntyre. Good evening, I'm Judge Shaden. You, sir.
Dale Oliver.
Mr. Oliver, I've got several things here for you. We'll start with an interim complaint charging you with possession of paraphernalia, possession of dangerous drugs. Alleged to have occurred earlier today.
Yes.
It appears that you may be eligible for participation in a diversionary program called STEPS. Just requires you to participate in a course of treatment. That if you successfully complete, could result in a dismissal of the charges.
Yes.
Did you wish to take advantage of that option?
Yes, I do.
Time waived for preliminary hearing, counsel.
Yes, Judge, thank you.
Your next court date is going to be May the 12th. That's a week from today at 9 o'clock in the morning in Pima County Superior Court. That's your first steps hearing. It's very important that you attend that. You're going to be released to the third-party custody, pretrial services, no alcohol, illegal drugs, comply with steps and substance abuse assessment treatment. You don't go back to Reed Park. Other than in the course of assessment and treatment, I'd suggest do not discuss these matters with anyone except your attorney. I also have some misdemeanor files here for you. I have current citations charging with being in park after hours and camping in the park.
I just,
Alleged to have occurred earlier today. I also have charges that go back to September of 2019.
I sounds no.
Domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and domestic violence assault. 6200 South Campbell. Looks like your daughter is the alleged victim in the matter. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, but it didn't happen that way.
Well, but the issue is you didn't come to court.
Oh. Okay. Fine.
I think
So your next court date on these matters is going to be on June the 2nd at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Your attorney
Okay.
represents you on these charges. Your attorney says you don't need to come to court. That's just your felony matter. You still need to come to court on the misdemeanor matters.
Okay.
No alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence. You need to comply with steps. You don't go back to Reed Park or your daughter's residence or workplace. You don't have contact with your daughter. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
She wants to have contact with you. She can come down and file a motion before Judge Mayhew to have those conditions changed. But those were the conditions back in 2019.
Thanks, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Olive.
Thank you.
Hmm? Yeah, it was. That's the first name on that one. Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Food player.
Mr. Plyer. I've got a number of things here for you. An interim complaint charging you with possession of 2 counts of possession of narcotics, possession of dangerous drugs, and possession of paraphernalia. We'll appoint public defender's office to represent you on these charges. It appears that you may be eligible to participate in after screening, participate in a program called STEPS that could result in the dismissal of these charges before there is a formal charge. I will tell you right now that given your failure to appear history, you will not be released to pretrial services on this matter. But did you still want to participate in the STEPS program if you're eligible? Your preliminary hearing date is going to be May 15th at 1:30. Bond will be $500. You'll be under supervision of pretrial services if you are out of custody. No alcohol or illegal drugs. You don't go back to Reed Park. Comply with substance abuse and behavioral health assessments and treatment. To the extent they're available in custody or under the direction of pretrial services if you're out of custody, and you comply with STEPS. Do you understand that? You understand that? I also have a misdemeanor warrant out of Pima County Justice Court for criminal trespass. Along with failing to appear. Will appoint public defender, William Parvin to represent you on this, hold you on $100 bond on this matter. Next court, it'll be tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And then I have a number of files here for you out of Tucson City Court. Charges from November 1st of 2023 for being in Reed Park after hours. Along with failures to appear, including after you were released by pretrial services. Charges from July 22nd of 2025. So less than a year ago for criminal trespass, possession of prescription-only drug, possession of paraphernalia, having drugs in a drug-free school zone, and failing to appear. charges for remaining or camping in the park on September 19th of 2025, also at Reed Park, failing to appear in court. And then charged today for criminal littering, parking in the, camping in the park, excuse me, from April 17th. And having an animal that was not in a cage or on a leash. And it looks like he was supposed to be in court last week on those. I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you on this. Set a court date of June the 12th at 9 o'clock in the morning. If you're out of custody, you need to appear. If you're still in custody, then your attorney will take care of the matter for you and keep you informed. No alcohol or illegal drugs. You don't go back to Reed Park or 6880 East Broadway. You need to comply with substance abuse assessment, behavioral health assessment and treatment.
I'm sorry, Judge. The city court date was, I kind of missed that.
June 12th.
June 12th. Okay, thank you.
And that's a non-transport review if he's in custody. If he's out of custody, he needs to appear. All right, thank you. Good evening, I'm Judge Staley.
Good evening, Malik Simmons.
Mr. Simmons, I have an intercomplaint trying to see fugitive from justice. Felony warrant out of County, Illinois. We'll appoint legal defender's office to represent you in these charges. Set a hearing date for May the 11th at 1:30. State has requested a $50,000 bond. And did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
The state would just highlight the nature of the charge there, Your Honor, the presence of a flag. And even though he did plead to, in his last prior, a reduced offense, the nature of his prior conviction.
And Judge, in speaking with Mr. Simmons, he is indicating to me that he is unable to pay or afford any bond. He reports to me he has not lived in the state of Illinois for an extended period of time. I understand the warrant issued in April of this year, but I suspect that the incident date probably dates back to a while ago. Judge, again, the bond, I mean, there is no bond listed on the warrant as pretrial services noted. So given Mr. Simmons' inability to pay any bond, he is asking me to advocate only for release, so I will not make an alternate bond recommendation at this time. Thank you.
Bond will be set at $25,000. Pretrial services if the bond is posted. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no contact with the alleged victims or any minors without supervision. I'd suggest you not discuss this matter with anyone except your attorney. Thank you, Mr. Simmons.
Run stand at the door.
Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Mario Villa.
Mr. Villa. I have an interim complaint here charging you with aggravated assault. Alleged to occurred on the 21st of April. Will Point Public Defender's Office represents you on this matter. State's requesting a $15,000 bond. Did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
The state would just highlight the nature of the offense, Judge, and that he's been also failing to appear for that misdemeanor case that has a warrant for it looks like at least almost the past 2 years.
And Judge, I see the incident date is from the 21st of April. Mr. Villa informs me that he's not really able to afford any bond if the court were to impose one today. Regarding the alternate housing, Judge, I can give him information to the transition center so he can make arrangements to find temporary housing and then can live with a friend or another family member that is not the victim. So Judge, because Mr. Villa is asking me to advocate for release only, I will stick to release to pretrial services as a request this evening. Thank you so much.
Anything further from the state? or from defense?
Oh, sorry. So, Judge, the other thing I wanted to note was I don't see any prior. I understand the misdemeanor warrant, Judge, that the court will be seeing him on. Uh, but yeah, his probation is seemed to have been discharged from the 2022 case. So, Mr. B is still asking the court to give him one more chance to appear from out of custody. Thank you. I'm sorry, Judge. I'm not too sure if I was muted when I made my previous. I was not. Okay.
Preliminary hearing is going to be May 15th. Bond will be $7,500. Pretrial posted, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons, no contact with the alleged victim, go to the victim's residence or workplace. Comply with substance abuse and behavioral health assessments and treatment to the extent available while you're in custody or under the direction of pretrial services if you are out of custody. And then there is the misdemeanor warrant for shoplifting. Alleged to have occurred on September 7th of 2024. Failure to appear on October 28th of 2024. Next court date on this will be June the 2nd at 9 a.m. If you're in custody, you need to notify the court before that. If you're out of custody, you need to appear. You're not to return to the incident location. No illegal drugs or alcohol. And again, substance abuse and behavioral health assessments and treatment. Thank you, Mr. Villa. Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Jamar Wilson.
Mr. Williamson. I have interim complaint here charging you with aggravated assault and burglary alleged to have occurred on the 15th of February of 2025. So last year.
I was recording this up today.
Will appoint legal defender's office to represent you on these charges. Did either counsel wish to be heard further on conditions?
Your Honor, I would just note, given the date of the offense, he was, from what I can tell, was on parole from DOC or supervision from DOC when this occurred, and has since then, again, incurred other additional criminal charges. So that's why the state's asking for the bond in addition to the nature of the offense of kicking the victim's door down and assaulting him.
Anything from defense?
Yes, Judge. Can I just get a brief moment to talk to
Absolutely.
Mr. Ramsey? Thank you so much.
They were having trouble getting them down, but I'll find out. We still got two more.
Judge, thank you so much for giving us that time. We are requesting the court to consider setting a nominal bond for time credit purposes, given the marshal's hold that just came through at this time. It's a relatively old incident, Judge, and given the hold, that's what we're asking. Thank you.
Anything further from the state?
Your Honor, even if there is a marshal's hold, the state is still asking for the $10,000 bond, given the nature of the offense and the fact that he was on supervision from DOC at the time that this occurred.
Preliminary hearing date will be May 15th at 1:30. Bond is $7,500. Pretrial services supervision if the bond is posted. No alcohol, illegal drugs, no firearms or weapons. No contact with the alleged victims. You're not to go to the victim's residence or workplace or the incident location. That's the entire apartment complex. Thank you, Mr. Williamson.
I guess that's the last one, Your Honor.
No, we've still got.
We still have.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I forgot.
Mr. Coleman. Did not see you on there when we saw Mr. White. But if there's anything you'd like to say to the court, he's been ordered not to have contact with you, not to go to your residence. Anything you'd like to add to that? Good evening, I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are?
Your name, sir?
Anthony Garcia.
All right. Mr. Garcia.
Mm.
Can the jail let me know, does he have another hold or just the city court matters?
Just the city court, Judge. I can evolve to that, Judge. He used to be my client on the felony case. That's
Okay.
he's yeah.
Mr. Garcia, I have quite a number of things here for you. I have charged from February the 18th for possession of prescription-only drugs, possession of paraphernalia. It's like might be February 16th, actually. Looks like pretrial services released you on these charges. He showed up then and then didn't show up on March the 23rd. Or no, you had other matters already set for March the 23rd, but you didn't show up then. Charges from February 22nd for criminal trespass, possession of paraphernalia.
How you doing?
Again, failures to appear. Charged from March the 9th for possession of paraphernalia. Charges from April the 4th. Shoplifting, 2 counts, 1 count of criminal, 2 counts of criminal trespass. Possession of paraphernalia on April the 4th. Possession of paraphernalia and criminal trespass and shoplifting, same location, on April the 12th. We'll appoint City Public Defender's Office to represent you on these charges. Given the number of charges and the failure to appear, the bond is $250. No alcohol or illegal drugs. You're not to go 2332 North Oracle, vicinity of Firstman, Fort Lowell, or to Walmart. If you post the bond, your court date's June the 4th at 9:30. If you haven't posted the bond, you'll be seen, unless your attorney moves the court date on May the 15th, sometime in the afternoon. Thank you, Mr. Garcia. Is that the other two? I guess I'm extra tired today.
Um,
All right. Good evening. I'm Judge Shade, and you, sir, are
Chuck Gabriel Flores.
Mr. Flores. I have a warrant here out of Maricopa County Superior Court charging you with aggravated driving under the influence of intoxicating liquor. Looks like this goes back to 2020.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm gonna honor
So the
their,
one,
I'm gonna honor their $1,000 bond. We'll set a review hearing for June the 5th at 9 a.m. in Pima County Justice Court.
so there's no way I could get released.
You've got another
Judge.
hold anyway.
Judge, so the other hold I just checked with the jail, Mr. Flores informs me that he was sentenced today and released. So the release date and time is shown as tomorrow.
Oh, no, he just.
So it's his release time is tomorrow morning, Judge, is based on what the jail is telling me. So that's why he's asking for to consider releasing.
Checking him for one.
Yeah, to check. Yeah, he got a probation on his financial.
Well, I'm looking at the history on this case. Case was back to July of 2025. A summons was issued in June of 2022. Warrant was issued in September of 2023. March of last year, he was arrested in Pima County. He was released on his signature and promise to appear. Got transferred to Maricopa County. Failure to appear warrant was issued in April of last year. He was then arrested in Pima County again in December, held on a $500 bond. He apparently posted it or was transferred to Maricopa County in January and then didn't appear in February. So he
February, I was in jail here, and when I asked him if I was going to court, they said that I had to wait for a warrant to get put out for me in order for me to come see you again. So I was already in custody when the second warrant got out, ma'am, when February came.
should have notified your attorney in Maricopa County.
Yes, ma'am, I did. His name is Thomas Chang, and he said there was nothing he can do. That I had to go to the motions because I was so close to court date.
Well, bond will remain at the $1,000 that they set. All right, thank you.
So and now I think that was the last one, Judge. Okay.
Pretty good.
Have a good evening, Your Honor. Always good to see you.
See you next time, whenever that might be.
Yes, Judge. Bye, Peter.
Have a good night, Simeon. Have a good night, Your